ఆడు ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా జగన్నే అన్నట్టున్నాడు.
Yesterday we discussed about resource allocation.
Good morning, students. Okay, so far in last class we have to completed the how we can provide the security in the application layer as well as in transport layer. So regarding to that SSL and TLS. So in transport layer security, how we can provide with the SSL and TLS with the secure electronic transaction. These are the concepts you have to completed in last class. Now, on today class, we have to start again. Once you have to revise the units regarding to this unit 1 and unit 2 and unit 3. First one, once we again you have to revise to unit 1. what are the security goals and cryptographic attacks, and what are the services, mechanisms, and what are the mathematics of cryptography. Uh, these are the concepts you have to discuss in today's class, as well as symmetric encryption, what type of symmetric encryption, what are the mathematics you have to use in symmetric cryptography, and what are the DES, triple DES, CAES. So what are the symmetric encryption algorithms you have to use in a symmetric encryption? Those are the concepts we have to discuss again once we have to revise those symmetric encryption algorithms. Similar way, asymmetric. So RSA, LGML. So these are the cryptographic systems you have to use in asymmetric cryptography. So first one, basic principles of cryptography. Once we have to revise the first unit, then we will continue this one. Okay, see here. See here, these are the symmetric encryption algorithms. That is simply you can say that what is the cryptography and what type of securities. First one, before discussing about the cryptography, how we can provide the security for the computer as well as network and internet. So generally, we can provide the security in three ways in whenever we have to discussing with the computers. First one is the computer security. For the individual desktop or laptop, you can provide the security some using the passwords. That is to protecting the data from the protecting the data from other users. That is the way you can provide the computer security. And the network security you have to represent to protecting the data while you have to communicating the data from one system to another system. In a network, no third-party user should not access that information. That time you have to providing the security. Simply you can say that network security. So while you have to internet security represents so number of interconnected networks whenever you have to connect it whenever you are using the internet. So that time how you can providing the security to that transmission data. So this is simply you can say that internet security. So for example, network means only so here you can use computer security, network security, and internet security. Computer security means for your desktop system, you can provide the security. That is simply you can say that computer security. What is the network security represents? While you have to communicating the data from how you can protect that data while communicating data. So that is with the network security only. Next one is the internet security. Internet security means number of interconnected networks we have to connect it through the internet. So automatically how you can protect the data from client to server. So how can protect it? That is you have to represent it whenever you are using the internet. That is simply you can say that internet security. Next one regarding to that cryptography, it is the art of science of simply you can say that transforming the messages from one understandable format to understandable format, messages are converted into some secured messages. For example, actually whatever the data you can understand, that is simply you can say that plain text. The original message you have to represent it as intelligible message, and you should be that message you have to convert it into ciphertext. That is simply you can say that unintelligible message. That means intelligible message means you can understand that message, but unintelligible message represents you should not understand that message. That means the plain text you have to convert into ciphertext by using the cryptography. Okay, what is the cipher? Cipher means here you can use what is the represents as what is the cipher means intangible messages, transforming the intangible messages to unintelligible messages. That is simply you can, by using the different types of methods you have to use it. That is simply you can say that cipher. Generally, what type of methods we have to use? The first one is the transposition method and substitution methods. We can use any one of the methods. Substitution means we have to replacing the character with the other character. That is substitution methods. Transforming means simply altering the messages. That is simply can say that transposition messages. By using that one, you can convert the plain text to ciphertext. So here you can use the to converting that plain text to ciphertext. You can use the keys. That is the what type of keys, how many times you want to transform. That means you have to alter. That is the key. So that keys you have to represent it as while you have to converting the plain text to ciphertext. Encipher, decipher. Encipher means the plain text you have to convert into ciphertext is simply call it as encipher, and the process of simply you have to converting the plain ciphertext to plain text is called as decipher. Simply you can say that process of converting plain text to ciphertext is called encipher. Encipher means encryption. Decipher means simply the process of converting ciphertext to plain text is called as decipher. So what is the cryptanalysis? So up to now we can discuss with the cryptography. Cryptography means we have to converting the plain text to ciphertext, ciphertext to plain text. So this is the conversions of to providing the security. That is simply you can say that cryptography. What is the cryptanalysis means? Simply without knowledge of the key, the ciphertext you have to convert it into cipher plain text. That is simply you can say that cryptanalysis. And he don't know about that key, but he can break it what the data you have to communicate in. That is simply you can say that cryptanalysis. For example, you have to see the play of one data you have to communicate it from one system to another system. In between the users, some third party user know the ciphertext. So now without knowing the key, the ciphertext you have to convert into plain text. What the data they have to send in. That process by analysis process you can know the original plain text. That type of analysis is called cryptanalysis. That is simply called it as code breaking. Clear? So what is the cryptology? So what you have to discuss in cryptography, that is the plain text to ciphertext, ciphertext to plain text conversions. That is cryptography. And cryptanalysis means without knowing the key, how we have to convert the ciphertext to plain text. That is the generally you can use this cryptanalysis by the hackers. This entire two processes simply call it as cryptology. So this cryptography and cryptanalysis words coming from the cryptology only. So the combination of both cryptography and cryptanalysis is simply call it as cryptology. Okay, clear? These are the basic terms you have to use in cryptography. what is the code? Generally, which algorithm you have to use? That is the plain text to ciphertext. That is the code that is simply call it as code. So first one in this syllabus, mainly we have to concentrate on cryptography only. You should not concentrate on cryptanalysis. Only you can working on the in your subject on cryptography only. So mainly the cryptographic systems are generally you have to classify based on 3 independent dimensions. One is type of operation used in transforming the plain text to ciphertext. Cryptography ante మనం already చెప్పాం. What is the represents as cryptography? The plain text you have to convert into ciphertext. The ciphertext you have to convert into plain text. So here you can use what type of methods you have to use. To converting the methods you have to use what type of methods you have to use. So here you have to use the 2 types of methods you have to use to converting the plain text to ciphertext, ciphertext to plain text. So here one is the substitution method. Substitution method generally we can use it. You can use the plain text you have to convert into ciphertext. We have to replacing the element with the other element. That is simply can say that substitution method. What is the transposition means? Transposition method means rearranging the actual original plain text ne rearrange chestam. For example, hi అని ఉంది, దాన్ని I want to rearranging AHI. That is one type of that is a plain text to ciphertext conversion. That means rearranging the original plain text. You have to simply call it as transposition. So these are the 2 types of operations you have to use in cryptography. One is the substitution method. Second one is the transposition method. So here, what are the substitution methods you have to use? What are the transposition methods you have to use? What are the both substitution and transposition methods we have to combine? So generally, what are the symmetric or asymmetric encryption algorithms you have to use? Both your substitution and transposition you have to combine. Both methods we have to combine in those algorithms. So later, further class we have to discuss. That is generally first one is the type of operation. Second one is the number of keys you have to use. So generally, what type of keys you have to use? For example, you have to use the symmetric key encryption. That time you have to use the both sender side and receiver side. You are using the same key. That is simply you can say that symmetric key and symmetric key. And sender side you are using the one key, and receiver side you have to use the another key. That type of key encryption is called public key encryption or asymmetric key encryption. Asymmetric key encryption ante 2 different keys use chestam. Symmetric ante both sender side and receiver side you are using the same key. Both sender side and receiver side you are using the same key. Next one is the way in which the plain text is processed. So here first one is the what type of operation you have to use to converting the plain text to ciphertext, and how many keys you have to use. Generally here you can use the 2 different keys, that is the symmetric keys and public keys. Symmetric or asymmetric key encryption techniques. So both sender side and receiver side you are using the same key, that is the single key encryption. Or sender side you are using one key, and receiver side you are using the another key. That is simply you can say that asymmetric key. So that is another dimension for you can representing the cryptography. First one is the type of operation. Second one is the number of keys. Next one is the way in which the plain text is processed. So plain text is first of all how we can process. First one, the entire plain text we have to convert it into either block cipher or stream cipher. So first one, the entire plain text we have to convert it into blocks. That is simply you can say that at that time you have to use the block cipher. And the entire plain text we have to convert it into bit by bit. that is simply you can say that stream cipher. So in continuous data, you have to represent it as stream cipher. So these are the which the plain text is processed. So first one is the block cipher and second one is the stream cipher. So these are the three dimensions whenever we have to discussing with the cryptography. Type of operation, number of keys, and the way which the plain text is processed, block cipher, stream cipher. So what are the goals of the, generally here you can represent the goals, that is the three, generally you have to represent the mainly three goals. First one is the security goals. Mainly these are the three goals. First one is the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So you know that this is the CIA triangle. You have to call it as CIA. C means confidentiality, I represents the integrity, A means availability. So confidentiality means to protecting the data from unauthorized users. అంటే కాన్ఫిడెన్షియల్ అంటే ఏంటి, మనం ఏదైనా అనాథరైజ్ యూజర్స్ నుంచి మనం ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయడం ఏ పర్టికులర్ డేటా, that you have to represent it as confidentiality. Next one is the integrity. Integrity means to maintain accuracy and consistency of data. So for example, what the data you have to sending, the data exactly what data you have to sending, same data you want to receive at the receiver side of, that is the accuracy. And consistency. Consistency means, so I want to send the information now, but that message we have to receive at end of the day. That is not correct. That is the consistency. For example, I want to message this one this time only, but later whenever after some period of time it will be sending, that is a no use. And also first message I want to send first now, he received the message in next, after I want to send the messages, two messages. First messages are received in the evening. Second message is received now only. That is not correct. The automatically the order of the message you have to change. That's the problem we have to facing. So that's the reason consistency of data must be provided while you have to using the cryptography. That is simply represented as integrity, to maintaining accuracy and consistency of data. Next, availability. So every user must be available to access the data. That is simply you can say that availability. Only availability means for the authorized only you can available. Unauthorized users should not accept those persons' information. Next one is what are the cryptographic attacks? Cryptographic attacks means generally we have to represent it as passive attacks and active attacks. So already we have to discuss it. This one passive attacks means you could not modify the data. So whatever the information you have to communicate in, that information only we have to listening that information with the passive attacks. What is the active attacks means? Whatever the data you have to communicating, you can modify that data. That is simply you can say that active attacks. What are the passive attacks? Simply you can represent it as interception. That is simply you can say that release of message contents, traffic analysis, that you have to represent it as interception. And what are the active attacks represents? Interruption, modification, and fabrication. So here you can represent as active attacks represents masquerade, reply, modification, and denial of service. So this is you have to represent it as active attacks. So passive attacks means you could not modify the messages, but whereas in active attacks you can modify the messages. That is simply you can say that attacks. Passive attacks generally you have to represent it of release of message contents and traffic analysis. So here you could not modify anything. Here traffic analysis represents while you have to communicating the data, continuous information you have to flowing in between one user to another user. Automatically something is going on in between the user 1 and user 2. That's the way we can identify. That is simply you can say the traffic analysis. And second one is the release of message contents. Release of message content simply you can represent it as for example you have to call someone, so that phone you have to hearing other person, that is simply can say that release of message content. But you could not modify the message, but he listening that what is the conversation between the two people, that you have to identified by the third user. That is simply you can say that release of message content. So he can monitor that information, release of message content. These are the passive attacks. Next one, see here. This is the first one is the release of message content that you have to represent first in between the Bob and the allies. So third party user listening the messages. You could not modify, just you have to read the contents of the user or listening the information. So that is simply you can say that release of message contents. And the second one is traffic analysis. So in between the Bob and allies, continuously the data is flowing. So he can observe the pattern of the message. Observe the pattern means continuous flowing of data that represented as an pattern. That is simply a traffic analysis. Next one is the active attacks. Active attacks means simply you can represent it as first one is simply you can say that masquerade. Masquerade is simply you can say that different entity. Here you can represent that. See here, this is simply you can say that masquerade. Masquerade, first one we have to represent without sending the Bob, the unauthorized user sending the message to the allies. That is the message from the dad that appears like to be a Bob. And actually Bob అనేవాడు message పంపించాడు, but third party user he sends the message, it appears like a Bob. That type of mails are also you are getting. That is simply you can say that masquerade. And the second process is simply you can say that modify reply. Simply reply means simply here capture the message. First one, whenever we have to sending the messages from the Bob to allies, first that message you have to first that messages we have to receive both allies and the depth also. Okay, depth simply the depth means third party user. So you capture the message from the Bob to allies. Again, same message you have to reply to the allies also. That is the replay. And so same message you are getting the 2 times. That represented as simply third party users listen what the message you have in between you and other person. That is he can access that information. That is the way you can identify. That is simply you can say that replay. And the third one is the modification of messages. Modification of messages while you have to communicating the data Bob to allies. First, directly the data, what the data you have to sending with the Bob directly depth you have to access that information. He can modify that information and again given to the again you have to send to the allies. That is simply you can say that modification of messages. And the last one is simply you can say that denial of service. Denial of service represents as one user you have to connected with that connected the user one user you have to connected with the server. Like here you can represent it as Bob. Bob he want to connect it with the server. So you should not connect. Why? Because some third party user disturb the services provided by the server. అంటే మనం కనెక్ట్ అవ్వకుండా ఆ సర్వీస్ ని డిస్టర్బ్ చేస్తాడు థర్డ్ పార్టీ యూజర్. దట్ ఈస్ సింప్లీ యూ కెన్ సే దట్ denial of service. Simply you can say that DOS attacks, DOS attacks under. That is simply you can say that that is the denial of service. These are the types of attacks. So general categories where you have represented as interruption represents that you could not modify. And here interception, modification and fabrication. These are the modified data. So see here services and mechanisms. First one, see here, now we have to discuss with that services and mechanisms. First one is the confidentiality. So how we can provide the confidentiality from the third party user to protecting the information without a third party user. You should not involve whenever you have to communicating the data from user A to user B. So in between the user, while you have to communicating the data, you can protect this data. That is simply you can say that confidentiality. Okay, if the confidentiality you can lose, simply you can say that that is simply you can say that interception. So already you have to discuss in types of attacks, that is simply called it as interception. First case, that is simply you can represent it as this is the interception. Simply you can say that the unauthorized party gains across the set. That is simply call it as loss of confidentiality. Simply call it as interception. And next one is the authentication. How we can provide the authentication? Simply whenever you ask the third party user, you have to connect it with the user B. The authentication process, you have to check it out. He is a valid user or not, you can identify with the authentication only. So authentication is the process of recognizing the user's identity. User's identity. So here, that is the way. That is the way you can identify the your contacting person is a valid person or not. You have to identify with this authentication. So the loss of authentication is simply call it as fabrication. The simply you can say that that is the simply you can say that fabrication. Already you have to discuss it in that types of attacks. This is simply you can say that fabrication. The an unauthorized party inserts the counterfeit objects into the system. And for example, a server disturb చేస్తున్నాడు కదా, that is the simply you can say that denial of service లో మనం discuss చేస్తాం కదా, that is the insertion of spurious messages to in a network, addition of records to the file. So authentication failure. So that is the problem while we have to facing the loss of authentication. That's the reason you can you fabricated that network. So that is the unauthorized party inserts the counterfeit objects to the system. Next one is the integrity. How we can provide the integrity means accuracy and simply you can provide the accuracy you have to maintain. That is simply can say that integrity. So preventing the unauthorized users from making modifications to the data. That means only authorized people only can modify the data, but you could not modify the unauthorized users. To prevent unauthorized users modify చేయకుండా, you can prevent with the integrity and prevent the unauthorized users to making the improper and unauthorized modifications. And authorized person lo kuda only he can change his information only, but he could not modify the other people information. So that's the way you can prevent that prevent the authorized users making the improper and unauthorized modifications. And the third one is the maintain the internal and external consistency of data programs. That is simply you can say that integrity. The loss of integrity you call it as modification. Loss of integrity is simply call it as modification. Modification of messages you can discuss it in the passive attacks. That is simply can represent. He can modify the data. For example, A అనే person D అనే వాడికి B వాడికి పంపిస్తున్నాడు. ఏమని పంపిస్తున్నాడు? Please transfer the $100 to the D person. But this information you could not receive the user B. Directly that information you have to receive the third party user, that is user C. He can modify that message, transfer the $1,000 to the user C. తనకి పంపించమని modify చేసుకుంటాడు. So that's the way, that's the problem we have to facing loss of integrity. So that is the simply you can say that the what type of attack we are getting, that is the modification attack. Okay. Next and last one is the non-repudiation. Non-repudiation represents as non-repudiation does not allow the sender to the message to repeat the claim or not sending the messages. I never sent that message which you claim to we have received. That is simply can say that that is the non-repudiation. Next one is the access control. Access control means only access control specify the controls who can access that. Access control mechanisms controls the clients and applications who have access the server. And they only authorized users only You can access the information, access the server. That is simply you can say that access control. And next one is the availability. Availability means only authorized users only can access that information. Only for those people only you can available the server to that users. So that is simply you can say that availability. So user A could not stop చేయటం అవైలబిలిటీ అంటే మనం యూజర్ బిని కాంటాక్ట్ చేయకుండా యూజర్ ఏని స్టాప్ చేయటం అంటే దట్ ఈస్ సింప్లీ యూ కెన్ సే దట్ డిస్టర్బ్ ద అవైలబిలిటీ అని. That is simply call it as interruption. Denial of services making like this only. And the next one is security mechanisms. Security mechanisms generally you have to divide into two types. One is the specific security mechanisms and second one is the pervasive security mechanisms. Specific security mechanisms are encipherment, digital signature, access control, data integrity, authentication exchange, traffic padding, routing control, notarization. These all are specific security mechanisms. And that means you can provide the security for that using encipherment means simply you can use some algorithms to providing the security. And digital signatures, data will be appended to the what the message you have to sending. Access control, only you have to give it to the right persons only. Authorization permissions, data integrity, accuracy may you have to maintain. Variety of mechanisms to be answer the integrity of data unit of the stream or data units. That is simply the accuracy. Authentication exchange. So authentication means only who are the persons you have to connected with that you who are the persons you have to connected you. Those persons are authenticated or not, or if the authentication is authentication is accepted, then only information you have to exchange. Traffic padding, so insertion gaps you have to fill with that some unique data. That is traffic padding, routing control. So here notarization. Trusted third-party users only certainly properties of data exchange. And a notarization and only a third-party user can handle all these things. Okay, for data exchange. That is simply you can say that specific security mechanisms. And second one is the pervasive security mechanisms. Pervasive security mechanisms are simply you can say that it is not related to the OSI security services. Trusted functionality, security labels, event detection, unexpected errors are occurred. That is simply you can say that event detection, secure audit trial, safety recovery. Security recovery, these all things simply you can say that pervasive security mechanisms. And it is not related to the OSI reference model. Okay, that is the pervasive security mechanisms. Next one is the symmetric and public key encryption algorithms. Encryption, what is the encryption? What is the decryption? You know that. Symmetric key and public key. Symmetric key means both sender side and receiver side you are using the same key, but a public key represents the two different keys. So see here, this is the model of the security of the algorithm. This is the plain text you have to convert it into ciphertext by using some encryption algorithm. Either AES, DES, DDES by using the key. And here by using the same key, you have to a ciphertext you have to convert into plain text. This is the key. Simply you can say the basic structure of the cryptography. Next one is to classification of encryption techniques. So here in the classification of encryption techniques, two types of techniques we have to use in cryptography. One is the according to dimensions. First we have to represent this classification of encryption techniques only. First one is the substitution techniques. Second one is the transposition techniques. What are the substitution techniques means? You have to replacing the character with the other characters. That is simply you can say that substitution techniques. What are the techniques you have to use? Caesar cipher method and Playfair cipher method, and the second one, third one is the simply you can use Playfair cipher either mono polyalphabetic ciphers. That is simply can represent it as polyalphabetic visionary cipher, and these all one-time pad cipher. These all cipher techniques you have to use in uh, substitution techniques. So each one you have to discuss in last class. Next one is the transposition techniques. And transposition techniques means you have to altering the messages. For example, this is the original message. This is the plain text. Meet at schoolhouse. That I want to modify it to meet ME is first two letters. Next two letters you have to write, and AT you have to write here. Then TH you have to write here. EC, that is simply meet at the school. So you can write like this. So finally you can get this encrypted message like this. Meet at the schoolhouse. That information you have to alter. The original message మనం alter చేస్తాం. That is simply call it as transposition techniques. Row transposition technique. Next one is these are the regarding to that row transposition techniques. These are the substitution and transposition techniques. In festival cipher structures, the combination of both the substitution technique and as well as transposition techniques. They both you have to combine in festival cipher structure. Festival cipher structure mainly you have to use it in all cryptographic algorithms like DES, EEE, SES, in all these algorithms you can use it this festival structure only. It is a combination of both transposition and substitution techniques. What is the block size? What is the key size? Number of rounds you have to perform, and the number of this is the structure you have to represent left side wise, right side wise. Block cipher principles, substitution techniques, permutation. So regarding to this one, these are the simply you can say that this is regarding to the first unit. Okay. We'll continue in next class. That is the symmetric encryption algorithms. So in next class we'll complete that two concepts. That is IP and IPsec. Once you have to completed the two concepts, again you have to revise all these units. Okay, clear? So subject is very easy compared to them. Algorithms I want to explain in depth. So we'll continue in next class.